All right, so we are back in this motherfucker. JD Temple here. Once again, as always, I hope some of you will be able to make a broadcast this evening or tonight or this morning or the hell it is where you are. Because I do have the live chat in full effect, like motherfucker. So if you have any questions or comments, or if you just want to say hi, you could definitely do that with your keyboard, whatever, right over there to the right-hand side. And I'll definitely try my best to catch it and say hi back. What's up, Dylan? Hey, man. How are you, dude? I'm glad that you can make it. You're number one, man. For real. Number one and the only one, you know? Well, I guess I count too. So, good, man. Good. Yeah, man. I've been thinking a lot about. Oh, thank you, Dylan, man. I appreciate that so much. I really, really do. It means a lot to me, man. It really does. Thank you. Compliments and words of encouragement like that are like, really what keeps me motivated and what keeps me doing this. So thank you. I appreciate it, man. Very, very much. But so, tonight's topic is something I've been thinking a lot about, and it's something that I have experienced myself really, I guess, more than once, because I think that, like anything else in life, your journey in your history in the occult, whether it's rather brief or maybe it's been for a long time going now, you're going to run into these periods where it's going to really not be what it seemed to be at first in some cases. I guess let me explain what I'm trying to say a little bit better. And I guess the best way to do that would be to kind of give you my experience on this. When I first had my spiritual awakening and I was really kind of diving headfirst into all of this stuff, all of it was just so new and exciting and so mysterious and mystical, scary, all kind of the full gamut of emotions all wrapped up in one like addictive drug in a sense. So, it's kind of like a honeymoon phase, I guess, where you just can't get enough and you just want to learn more and you want to be able to do more. And, you're really never quite satisfied. And, oh, motherfucker. Sorry about that. One moment, please. All right. God damn. All right. Just hold on a second, y'all. I'm sorry about this. Hold on one second. And I have it with the phone here. All right. Sorry about that. Oh, what's up, man? No, it wasn't a fucking booty call, man. Not quite. I'm not as lucky as you are, fucker. Yeah, when booty calls, that's right. You know, you gotta do what you gotta fucking do. But no, that's, you know, it's not what it was, unfortunately. It wasn't, to be honest with you, at all. But it had to be dealt with, so I dealt with it. Anyhow, trying to pick up where I left off, and I'm sorry for the interruption, you guys. But you know, it's very easy for somebody to stay excited about something when it's new and exciting. And I think that we all will get to the point, or many of you have probably gotten to the point at some point, to where the occult in general has really kind of lost its luster a little bit. Like your magic has seemed to have lost its magic, so to speak. That is really the pivotal moment for a lot of people on their path, when they just say, fuck it. You know, like, I'm out. This was a cool little phase, or this was a cool little experiment or period in my life where I did some crazy shit, went off the deep end, or what have you. But then there's those that will kind of be in it for the long haul. And even though a lot of it, now that it makes sense to you, is really not quite as mysterious, mystical, exhilarating, and exciting anymore, it kind of brings a whole new element to the table that wasn't there before. It's when you really need to, you know, stay steadfast in your convictions of your path and to push forward, stick with it, because you will hit new levels of excitement and abilities, things of that nature. Doors will open up for you. Communicate with spirits like you never have before. If you quit before you get to that point, then you'll never have any of that. You know, it's not always going to be this extreme, in your face, I feel it all, holy shit, this is fucking crazy. I feel fucking energy all around me, and I can feel my fucking power and my strength, and, you know, all of that. It's not always going to be that way. You know, I'm sorry to say. It's like, oh my god, hold on. All right. But, you know, it's really not always going to be that way. And, you know, I've been through it, like I said, several times, but I hung in there, and I'm glad that I did. I really am, because I would have missed out on a whole hell of a lot had I given up when I saw the first sign of stagnation, or when I hit that first plateau, or wasn't feeling that I was in the beginning. You know, and a lot of people think that's a bad thing. You know, like, I don't feel it anymore. I used to feel it like a motherfucker, and now I don't feel it. Well, that's not necessarily a negative thing, or a negative sign at all. I mean, really, that is a sign of you becoming more adept, because you have acclimated to what that energy feels like. So it's not that you're not feeling it anymore. It's just that you're not feeling it so intensely, because you have gotten used to it. So that's something to keep in mind, that It's not that it's gone and that you've lost whatever it was that you had gained. And it's not that it's not going to be exciting and things like that anymore, because it can be and it will be, but it's just going to be in a different way. But it can be much more profound, much more valuable to you overall, because it's going to be so much more potent, so much more powerful than you could have ever imagined. But again, you'll never know if you give up and if you just say, fuck it. You know, it's not, yeah, I know, dude. You know, if you give up, man, you're really going to miss out. And it's like I was saying, it's not a movie, it's not a video game, it's not really for your entertainment purposes at all. You know, I mean, it's cool that you can enjoy it, but your spirituality is not really about you and, you know, party the whole time. I mean, you can, sure. You know, molding your life the way that you want it to be and being in control of your reality, shaping your reality. I mean, all that can be very fun, and it can be a party in and of itself. But it's also something that I think once you've reached that point, you understand how serious it is and how important it is and how it needs to be a priority, and that it's not a game and it's not just smoke and mirrors. It's real, and it needs to be approached with respect, and it needs to, you know, you need to maintain a healthy respect for it. You know, like I said, I think everything in life has those moments where it wasn't what it once was. But with that being said, even though it was not, even though it is not what it once was, it has transformed, it has bloomed, it has transcended into something even bigger, even better, than most people even realize, because they get so jaded by the stupid little details of the trivial shit about it. You know, they're missing the big picture. They're missing the whole reason behind their involvement in any of it in the first place. And I think that, you know, again, I think that's why a lot of people will kind of, their involvement really will be nothing more than a little fling. You know, I mean, and that's always going to happen in everything too. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to like down anybody that doesn't stick with it. I mean, if it's not for you, it's not for you. But, you know, don't give up when it's not a fucking theme park anymore, you know? So, you know, what do you have to look forward to once you've hit that point? What's going to be your new excitement? What's going to be your motivation to continue once you've kind of gotten to that sticking point, or that point where you're not as excited or enthusiastic about your spiritual path? I think that's the point where you need to realize that you have grown and you have changed. You have began to transform, and see that and appreciate that for what it is, and not chalk it up to just regular old life circumstances and bullshit and whatever, you know, that it's meaningless and useless and senseless and, whatever other less I can throw out there with that, can't think of anymore. But you know, like that's really what you have to keep in mind once you get to that point, that yeah, things have changed, because things have changed. Things that were new and exciting are now more natural. And with that is real life experience and knowledge, which becomes wisdom. So you need to appreciate that and see that for what it is, and let that excite you. Let that be your excitement, and let that be that fuel for your fire to move forward. You know, just because it's not a fucking party and that you're not getting high off of it like you used to, in a sense, you know, it doesn't mean that it's all bullshit and that it's all useless and it's all worthless. Like, once you get to that point, that's really kind of like only the beginning. I think that's really the spirit's way of kind of separating the men from the boys, so to speak, you know, separating the people that are serious from the people that are just dabbling or whatever, you know. I mean, there truly is a lot to be learned and a lot to appreciate. There's so many things that you're capable of that you will never, ever, ever know if you just throw in the towel when things start to get tough, or when they become a little difficult, or when you're not feeling it. And even though, well, like I said, when you're not feeling it, you are feeling it, because you have become magic in your very essence. It's not something that you have to consciously think about anymore. And in the consciously thinking about it, getting excited and getting that high, getting that rush, getting that excitement from the fear and the mystery behind it all, you can instead get excited and get high off of knowing that you're moving toward becoming an adept magician or witch, or just however you want to label it, occult practitioner, whatever, because that should have been your goal in the very first place. Pursuing any of this would be to take it as far as you can, to actually become adept at whatever your craft is, to really be able to do this shit, and to be able to do it for other people, to be able to pursue it in any way that you see fit. But that is really only going to come about if you take it seriously, and if it's not just a game to you, and if it's not just something that can be easily tossed aside, like, you know, freaking gifts that you get at the holidays. You know, they're cool for 20 minutes and then you're just like, yeah, fuck this. You know, this is definitely not one of those things. This is something that it gets better and better over time. Does the composition of it change a little bit? Yes, it does. But it's for the better. But you have to be able to see that. And a lot of people can't see it because they can't get past the point of, this isn't exciting me in that way anymore. And I'm just not feeling it. And this feels a little bit like work now, and that kind of thing. Yeah, it is work. You know, you're working on yourself, you're working on your spiritual life, your physical life, your mental life, your emotional life. You're working on every aspect of your entire being, and being able to harness all of the other energies and all of the elements of the earth and combine into a perfect alchemy that is going to manifest whatever it is that you desire. How exciting is that? You know, like if you can't get excited and pumped up about that, then I don't know what's going to excite you. You know, maybe like feeling some fucking jolts of energy running up your leg or down your arm or something. Maybe that's what you really are after and what you need. Then like go put your tongue on a 9-volt battery or something. You know, that's a lot easier, quicker, cheaper, and there's no commitment really at all. You know, that's what I would recommend. But anybody really has the ball to do that. I hate doing that, by the way. I hate that. Oh, that is, it tastes fucked up and it shocks the shit out of you. Well, let me get to these to this the chat over here. What's up, man? What's up, David Romano? How are you, man? And check out his channel too, by the way. Black Magic Exposed, fucking awesome. I love you, man. Love what you're doing. Everybody needs to check it out. I'm sure if you watch his channel, then you know that channel already. But if not, that's the shit. So David says, you will always enjoy doing magic if you continue to bring it back to the mundane. If you're using magic to better your life, you will always get that rush. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Exactly. Exactly. And that's how, you know, that's really the main point of it all, is to empower your life, to enrich your life, to take control of your life, and to mold it and sculpt it in the ways that you really and truly want it to be. Not how this guy and this woman and this dude says it needs to be. Not how this dude up here or this dude over here or this dude down here or whatever, however they say it needs to be. It's how you want it to be. And that's what's important. And I think that's what's so freaking cool about magic at its very core, is that it's a very unique, personal, intimate thing with each person. You know, that you have the ability to do whatever the hell you want to do at some point. And I think most people, cool, man. I'm glad you're doing good, brother. I was just thinking about you earlier today, so that's so crazy. Like, I thought about you, and then here you are. Fucking magic right there, too. But I mean, that's really got to be your main reason for wanting to get into any of this, is to experience true self growth, to basically shout it out from the rooftops that you're not going to be satisfied with existence that a lot of people become stuck in, that our society just fills with a bunch of pop culture meaningless bullshit just to kind of keep people from going absolutely fucking crazy, because that's all there is. That's all the substance that there is in that type of life, to me. Now, I know that a lot of people that hear that are not involved in the occult will beg to differ and say that I'm being extreme and that I'm being harsh and judgmental and blah, 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 on and on and on. And I'm not trying to be at all. I'm simply giving you my perspective on it from how at one time in my life myself. And that's how it felt to me anyways. It was very unfulfilling. I knew that I was searching for something. I didn't know what, but I knew that there was something else out there, and I knew that there was something special. There was something important. There was something that I needed to take very seriously once I found whatever that was, that I knew that it was going to come. And I think that it's important for people to understand and realize that too, that we're all unique and that each one of our lives matters, and that we can all have and make a huge impact in our own lives, but also in other people's lives. And if you can already identify that when magic crosses your path, actually embrace it. You're going to know that what you have been waiting for forever had finally arrived right at your fucking feet, usually. And for me, that was kind of quite literally at my feet. It all started at my feet and worked its way up from there. I've talked about that before. But you have to be able to recognize it for what it is and embrace it when the time comes, because I don't know, but if you're not positioning yourself to be in a place to receive opportunity when it comes, then it's just going to go right by you. And it may come around one more time, possibly, but that could be 20 years down the road. So you need to remain open and patient and stay vigilant and diligent and diligent. There you go. That was a tongue twister for me, man. Oh yeah, I got you, Grant. I'm gonna get you straight, man. I'm sorry. I'm a slow invoicing motherfucker, and I'm sorry. Like, I totally suck at that for some reason. You know, you would think that wouldn't be the case, but it is sometimes. I'm sorry, but I got you by tomorrow for sure. And I'm sorry, I keep getting interrupted, so rudely interrupted. But yeah, I mean, that's really what I wanted to talk about tonight. Really was that. And I mean, have any of you out there in the chat, have you run into this in your own experience, in your own path? Have you run into that point yet where you did kind of like the wind kind of fell out of your sail, so to speak, and you were like, damn, like, you know, I'm not really enjoying this in the same way that I was, or I'm just not really feeling it anymore. I think I'm just gonna like go do this or that, or I'm just gonna fall back into some bullshit, you know, that kind of thing. Have you guys been through any of that yourselves? And if you have, how did you get through it? And, what were your ultimate reasons, and what was your ultimate decision that kept you on your path? Because I think really that's, like I say, it's a defining moment. It's what separates the haves from the have-nots, and the doers and the not doers. You know, oh, you're in the honeymoon phase. Fuck you, lucky fucker. Yeah, you know, it's a lot like being in love. You know, it's like, how awesome is that when you first fall in love with someone, you know, and you're in that puppy love phase of like, this person is just so unbelievably incredible in every fucking way imaginable that that's all you think about. And, you know, like, you get butterflies and get sick to your stomach just thinking about not having them. And you want to be with them every fucking second that you can. And you have those embraces where your eyes are locked, and, you know, when you kiss, it's with extreme passion and you feel it just all throughout your body. You know, it's the there's really, to me, there's really nothing better than that. You know, like, that is the shit. And it's depressing to think that you know, I may never, or probably will never, really experience that again. But like I was referring to in the aspect of the occult and magic, there is a trade-off for that. And it is something that is bigger and better and of more substance than that puppy love would ever be. The puppy love feels good in the moment. It feels good for 3 months, maybe 6 months, maybe even a year if you're lucky. Some people might get a year and a half out of it, but at that point you're basically like, you know, fucking driving the wheels off of it, pushing the envelope like a motherfucker. But I think that that's really a good analogy there, as you know, one, and how awesome that is, how wonderful it is. But, you know, look at what that transforms into, you know, when it transforms into true love, into romance, into a committed relationship. And with that, all of the other wonderful things that come with it, a different lifestyle, children, maybe, traveling together, you know, owning a home, all that kind of cool stuff. You know, and that's something that you plan on it lasting a lifetime. Maybe it won't, though, but you plan on it. Now, I'll tell you one thing, though. It's definitely not going to last a lifetime. Like I said, you'd be lucky to get a year and a half out of that shit, if you're lucky. And that's probably why a lot of people kind of jump around from one person to the next and that kind of thing, in the same ways that they will their spiritual path. They're going to, like, dabble in this, dabble in that. When this doesn't really get them off anymore, they're going to go over here to this and try that. Put a fucking scoop of this on there and a dab of that shit. You know, and like 2 years later, they're fucking so spiritually burnt the fuck out that they are just like, fuck all of it. I don't even want any of this shit anymore. I'm going to go get some motherfucking ice cream and maybe a bag of heroin. And then fuck, yeah, now that's a motherfucking party, you know? Like, they like become real winners, you know? So, you know, sacrifices have to be made, compromises in some senses, and trade-offs, that kind of thing, but they will definitely serve you better in the long run, in the long haul. You know, they'll be things that will stand the test of time. That as you grow in your adepthood, that you will become that great master practitioner that you were so, you know, had your heart set on from day one. Ever come to realize it if you don't take things seriously and you're just kind of approach it from a lighthearted and like, let's make it all a party type of, you know, outlook and approach. I'm looking at the chat here real quick because I'm seeing some people posting some stuff on here. Yeah, David, I agree, man. It is. It's what it separates the fucking boys from the men. I mean, really, when it comes down to it, you know, the people that are just playing with magic and there's people that are practicing magic. Hey, what's up, Picterios? What's up, man? Good to see you on here. And that's another channel to fucking check out that is fucking kick ass. And I'm sure too, like I said, with David's channel, Black Magic Exposed, if you are familiar with my channel, you're probably familiar with Hecterios too. So, you know, he needs no introduction. Anyways, just in case there's some of you that have not checked his channel out, it's fucking the shit. So check that shit out. But he says, yeah, challenges, conflicts, chaos. It tends to be what stirs up stagnation. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, opposition can fuel ascent. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and spark that passionate energy to overcome it, to fight back. Yeah, damn right. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You know, like when your back's up against the wall and you really don't have anywhere else to turn, but you glance down at your own two hands and come to the realization that you do wield great power and that, fuck, hey, if any time was ever a time to fucking use this shit, now's the fucking time. You know, that type of moment is definitely can be a pivotal one. That can be an extremely empowering moment, and that can be something that can help you to push through stagnation where you may lose interest a little bit. Sorry, let me, yeah, drop that down. And so, okay, so, and Hecterius is saying for him, when he loses that spark, nothing seems to get me back on track as much as getting motivated by some good old drama. It always pulls you back. Yeah, yeah, drama will do that too. Fuck yeah, you're right. And see, and that is one of those situations, one of those examples of where, you know, people that are the opposition in our lives, the people that are the antagonist and that are seem to be nothing but trouble to us. In a way, in a lot of cases, they are there for a good reason, and that is the reason right there, because they are going to be what is going to give you the ambition and strength and like true grit to like fight back against them, to once again rise up from the ashes. You know, so really you should be thanking them, those people, and like going out for a drink with them after your feud is over with, because without them, just a lot of great people would not be the great people that they are, because they have to have that opposition. They have to have that antagonist that is really being a huge bearing weight on them at that moment. Be that force that is so overwhelmingly against them that they have that you would have no choice but to either let them devour you, or for you to man the fuck up, realize your power, accept it, and put it into use. And at that point, things change a whole lot. You know, like I say, it's still not going to be a party like it was. It's still not going to be all new and puppy love phase and falling in love, but it's going to be a whole new thing. It's going to be like, yeah, I used to roll around with a fucking BB gun, but now I got a fucking 45, motherfucker. A whole lot funner shooting that 45 than that BB gun ever fucking was. And you will definitely feel things that you haven't before once you actually successfully wield that power a few times, and that you see that it's not just a coincidence, that it wasn't just something that you manufactured in your mind, that you're not sure if it is real or not. You'll know that it was real, and you'll know that it was your doing, that it was done by your hand, that you seriously harnessed everything in this universe and pushed it into perfect alignment with nothing more than your true desire, your true will, your inner black flame. That in that moment you became the macrocosm and the microcosm, that you became the center of your universe. And at that point, you call the shots. You can do what the fuck you want to do. You can help people. You can hurt people. So, like I said before, it is a great responsibility, but it's also something that's very self-satisfying. And it can be fun and exciting too. How you approach it. What's up, Violet? Oh shit. But yeah, you know, like, you know, I wish that, oh, God damn it. You know, there's so much shit that I can't talk about on here that I wish I could talk about, and I just can't do it. You know, like, a lot of it I say fuck it and I do it anyway, but there's certain shit that I just can't, because, you know, it just wouldn't be right. You know, even though it's my channel and it's my fucking universe, right? And I should be able to do what the fuck I want to, but I have respect for motherfuckers and love for them. And even if they don't have love for me, you know what I'm saying? But, but, what is that about? Like, that's like a, is that like a, or is that like, like, I don't know what to make of that. There's no, shit, I don't even know what the fuck you call it. There's no, explanation point or fucking, question mark or dot, or just one dot. First one? What was the first one? Was it a, oh, was it, or was it, that one? That one? H on it. Or maybe the H is silent, so it's just like, like that. Is that what you're trying to say, basically? Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, well, you know, you didn't know that I was psychic, but now you know. So I already knew, but I had to fuck with you. No, not really. Sometimes I have my moments, like all of you do, I'm sure. And some of you more than others. especially the ones that have stuck with it, that are experiencing a lot of the things that I can now enjoy and experience. And shit, a lot of you have already experienced what I'm experiencing and are already on to the next step. It's something that I'm looking forward to. If you're someone, that's, like Hectarios, like David Romano, like me, that really have a passion for what we do. We really love to help people, and that it is a roundabout part of my livelihood, and then I aim to make it an even bigger part of my livelihood. And I mean, I actually do quite well as far as the clients that I have and the services that I provide, and I've really done a lot better than I could have ever fucking imagined. It's kind of insane, really. But that's something that, people like us that are here to support people and to help out, that we have to worry about, that people are just going to become disinterested and drop the fuck off. And, it's a shame, because they're never going to like really have that realization of their inherent godhood, of their real true fucking greatness. Really, it's a waste. It's really sad, and I'm not talking about it from a I'm not going to make money, goddammit, standpoint at all, because I'm never going to be that dude that is all about the money. And I am telling you right now, it will never fucking happen ever. I'm not going to say that it's not important. It is important, because if I'm going to be able to be available and have the time to help people, then, in most cases, compensation is going to be required, because I'm just like you. I've got obligations to fulfill, people that count on me, bills to pay, and motherfucking debts, and fucking all kinds of shit all over the place. So, I have that nut to fill too. So, but it's not ever going to be the driving force behind what I do at all. I think that is really what seems to be the undoing of many people that have made it a career, or part of like a if they're like a serial entrepreneur, kind of like how I consider myself. I own a traditional business that I've had for 5 years, and then I have my spiritual services and stuff that I offer. So I've got two different things going on. But there's a lot of people out there that are in this community that I guess, you can see pretty clearly that the true passion, the true reason behind what they do, the reason they do what they do, is not really to assist and uplift their clients really at all. That really becomes secondary to the money. The money becomes the driving force behind what they do. And I can understand it to an extent, but there needs to be a balance. It really does need to be a balance. I mean, and it may even need to be a 50-50 type of thing. Like you can't approach it from the aspect of I'm just going to always do everything for free, because then you're just going to be working your ass off doing whatever else you got to do to pay your bills, and then killing your fucking self when you should be sleeping and doing whatever to take care of yourself, helping other people, you know, for nothing. And that is just a recipe for disaster in and of itself as well, and unhealthy for the practitioner too, because you're going to wear yourself thin as fuck. But I think that for the most part, people can kind of see through bullshit. And I do my best to keep it real. What you see is what you get. I try to be genuine in everything that I do. And one thing that I guess I have tried to always keep in mind and pride myself on is that is what a lot of my clients, one of the first things that they say to me before we even work together is that I seem to be like a genuine person. And I appreciate that, because I just, that's naturally how I am. And I'm glad that that is the way that people perceive me to be, because they're reading me right. And I just hope that day never comes where I lose sight of what's really important, and then I stop giving a fuck whether people think I'm genuine or not, because whatever I can do to separate you from your money is really my modus operandi, you know, like my main fucking thing. And like, that's when it's just becomes tainted and fucking bullshit and just something that I really never want anything to do with. Really, it's not that the money is not that important to me that I would take my good name, if you want to say it like that, you know, and just to like compromise who I am as a human being, even. You know, there's a thin line in a lot of things, and that's kind of a thin line right there that it can be very easily crossed, and even it can even be crossed by people that have the right intentions, but their demands in life and what they need to fulfill their obligations can kind of supersede any integrity and importance of self and you know, what others perceive you to be, and that kind of thing, you know, really kind of becomes a moot point when you have bills to pay and that kind of thing. It's, you know, like you need to expand a little bit more, you know, you need to grow wide and go deep. You don't just need to keep trying to fucking drill the same fucking well that you've already went 500 fucking feet in, and like you're not really getting shit out of it, and you're just going to continue to fucking try to pound the fuck out of it, hoping for some different results. And in the process of doing that, you've like basically made enemies with anyone and everyone in the community, and what used to be a good thing has now become a fucking bunch of bullshit. Yeah, helping yourself. So Hectare's saying helping yourself and others. Yeah, always a driving force for those who stick into this path. We are ultimately healers in that sense. Yeah, man. Fuck yeah, dude. For sure. For sure. Damn right. And getting back to you, Violet, that was a, I want you to know what you're not saying. Oh, you want me to know what I'm not saying? Oh, I know what I'm not saying. I already know. You don't know. None of y'all know. Y'all the motherfuckers that don't know. I do know. Is that what you're saying? Oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, and I wish I could put it out there. Fuck, man. Probably put out. I have said some shit on here, boy. Like, fuck. You know, like my my mother, who I really don't have a really close relationship with any damn way. And I mean, I'm a grown ass man, so it really doesn't matter like that. But she insists on watching every video when I've told her, like, look, I know where you're at and I know where I'm at, and I know where you're at and where I'm at is like night and fucking day. And it's one of those things where, you know, never shall the two fucking meet. It's just not going to happen. We're going to have to agree to disagree and love each other anyway. And she's driving herself fucking crazy. Like, look, it's an easy solution. Just don't watch the videos. Just don't watch it. Just don't push the button. Don't go on YouTube. Don't get the alerts in your email when I go live and when I have a new upload and all that. Get rid of all that shit. It's as easy as that. Right? Am I wrong? I mean, that's really as easy as it is. She's punishing herself. She's putting herself through a bunch of shit. And I don't really understand why, because she already knows what it is. She already knows what's up. She's seen it enough times to know. But she continues to subject herself to shit that really makes her unhappy and changes her whole as a human being. So I just don't get that. But I don't even know why. But anyway, you know, if because she's my mother and because I still and will always love my Christian mother, my sweet, darling sheep of a Christian mother, I have to hold back. You know, I have to hold back from you people that I love as well. Can't share of myself fully like I would like to. I have to just I can only give you this is something funny I thought about, so I was throwing in there. I can only give you the partial D and not the full D. Can't give full D. So, you know, that's just how it's gonna have to be for a while. Until I man the fuck up and I'm just like, fuck it, I don't care. And I have done that a few times, but it's just like, just causes a lot of fucking bullshit in my life that I just don't want to deal with, you know? So I guess she's my censor and my editor. She's my guide rails and my fucking like bowling lane bumpers to keep me and my content out of the gutter. You know, how she sees it all as like utter gutter shit, basically, and that it's not educational, that it's not inspiring, that it's just sick. It's just sick, baby. I don't know how you can take yourself seriously. And I'm like, man, fuck, dude. Like, I was totally taking myself seriously until like she said that shit a month ago, and then I was just like, fuck, man. How can I take myself seriously now? You know, my mother does not agree. You know, oh, your dad's the same way? Fuck, dude. Well, hey, at least you talk to him, you know. Shit. Mine, I don't even know what the fuck he thinks. I don't know. I'm sure he would disagree too, but he would be more accepting of it and that kind of shit. But, you know, when people are indoctrinated, man, there's nothing you can do. Um, even when you tell them what you think it is, they hear something as silly as blood sacrifice and they flip the fuck out. I mean, am I crazy when I say that? You know, I mean, shit. I mean, you know, I thought that was kind of like kind of part of the norm now, right? Blood sacrifice is kind of went mainstream. That's mainstream occultism now, man. That's not the fucking like kept under wraps fucking only for the really fucking dark super elites. Like anybody can fucking go and cut the head off of fucking whatever. I mean, if they want to, but it's not about that. Out to her that if she looks in her Bible, what the fuck were they doing? And like every fucking book in that motherfucker is talking about how they sacrificed a ram to God, how they sacrificed all this shit to God. This animal and this animal and this animal. Every time you turn around, they're fucking building a fucking pyre to fucking altar to put a fucking sacrifice animal on. But now that it's the 21st century, I think it's the 21st century, isn't it? Something like that. That like now, because you know, we can fucking, I could go and like buy some flowers or like a gift card or something that's an equivalent to their blood sacrifice. You know, that if I really want to do the right identification for myself or for someone else, I can substitute a $50 Best Buy gift card and you're going to get the same fucking results as if I were to fucking sacrifice a chicken for you and allow your spirit to absorb the life force energy of that sacrifice. Yeah. Sounds like the same thing to me too. It really does. You know, and the whole reason behind why I'm doing it, it's not for fucking sick reasons. It's not just so I can kill something, you know, at all. I didn't look forward to it, and it was not easy at first, but I rather enjoy it now, because it is a becoming one with nature and the whole life and death process, and there is a bond that you form between the sacrifice and yourself, and they know what's up, and you are honoring them in a sense to me by taking them out of this world in that manner and in a much more humane way than they would be treated otherwise, I might add. So if it's done properly, I don't see what the big deal is. I see what the big deal is to her because she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. And she's thinking the worst. And the next thing, stealing neighborhood cats and skinning them just to fucking do it and be like, yeah, fucking skinned the cat. Hail Satan, motherfucker. Well, why'd you do it? Because I was fucking representing the hail of Satan. You know, shit. Like, isn't that what it's about? Isn't it just like, it's just like a fucking thing you do, right? You round up the neighborhood cats and you skin them motherfuckers, and you know, that's it. That's it. Like, what's the reason behind it? Fuck if I know, but you know, fucking love skinning cats. You know, like, there is in no way any fucking correlation between what I do and that sick shit at all. Totally two different things. It's two different galaxies. It's not even in the same fucking universe, man. Like, it's just not. It's just not at all. And if it was not as of a powerful catalyst in the ritual that I'm performing, you think I would do it? Fuck no, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't kill something just to kill it. I hate killing shit. I don't even kill bugs, man. The only bugs I kill are flies and mosquitoes. And if I ever see a roach, I'll kill that motherfucker too. But I don't kill spiders. I'll grab them and I'll put them outside. You know, I just don't kill shit. I don't like to kill shit for the fuck of it. I just don't. It's just not my thing. But if it has but I know that's a good reason from my point of view, and my opinion is that it's a good reason. But if it has a purpose in its demise, if it's going to go to the greater good of my life, somebody else's life, humanity as a whole, then I don't see the problem with it. People have done this for eons. And not just animals, they were killing people. And I just can't imagine absorbing the life force energy of a human being. That would be insane. That would really be some shit. It's something that I will never ever experience, because I would never bring myself to do that, one thing, and I don't agree with it. But there's a reason why they did that shit. They understood the result that you will get from it. They understood the alchemical process that was taking place when that sacrifice was made, what was actually going down. But that life force energy that is leaving the body of that sacrifice at that moment is either being absorbed by their deity, or being absorbed by the priest or whoever it is there that has been successful in evoking their own from the body, absorb it, to empower themselves, to deify themselves. I mean, there's a whole method to it. There's reasoning behind it. It's not senseless killing by any means. What did you want me to say again, Violet? What did you want me to say? Say that again. Say that again? What did you want me to, you say you wanted me to say that again? Like that? Say it again? You can just tell me. Just put it out there. Their God, human sacrificed his own son. Yeah, and got animal sacrifices. And in order to avert judgment and punishment, our sacrifices are for bringing blessings. Definitely right, man. Definitely right on that shit. That's right. But it's so wrong. It's so fucking wrong just because they say it is. And because they are the they that people talk about when they're like, you know, the people, the powers that be, they don't agree. So sorry, buddy. You just can't do it. No can do. Nope, that's a closed case. No blood sacrifice for you, brother, because they say that it's wrong, and that is where I have a problem with it, and I'm sure a lot of you have a problem with it. So there's a way to do human sacrifices without doing any physical killing. To hear about that, like what you mean there by that. Definitely, my interest is definitely peaked there. You can speak on this chat thingy, Violet. You're doing it right now. There's no judgment here. Only from my mother, and she's not gonna read. She's not gonna take the time to read shit. That ain't gonna happen, motherfucker. The only thing she reads is the scriptures, okay, and the obituaries on motherfucking Tuesday in the Richmond Times-Dispatch. That's it. That's all the reading she's doing. She's not doing any unnecessary reading from some crazy occultist fucking crazy fucks. She's just gonna do that. So carry on. And from the heart as well. And it doesn't have to be from the heart either. It can be from wherever it's coming from. Your family's like that too? Yeah, we're all fucked, man, you know? Oh, really? Oh, damn. So she is all up in your shit. Like every time you turn around, she's like, what is this? What is that? What was this post about? What were you trying to say here? Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, thank God this is the only fucking thing that she has that she can get to me for right now. She's gonna fucking crack the whole motherfucker and she's gonna try to fucking make it crumble, but it's not gonna happen. So Hectarios, what is this human sacrifices that you're referring to? I want to know. I need to know. I really want to know, Ed. Yeah, I mean, you know, you just like Violet, you just seem to be like, Mom, look at me. I am a beautiful, voluptuous goddess. So, fuck you. And then, like, just leave it at that, you know? I mean, if she doesn't get it, then she's just jealous. She would love to be doing what you're doing. But her time is come and gone as far, but it's not too late for her though, man. She could still really a lot of wonderful things if she pulled her head out of her own ass. But okay, so wait, okay. Okay, I see. That is very, very interesting. I like that though too. That is cool as shit. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely like to find out more more details about that too. That sounds freaking awesome, man. Yeah, go with your Catholic bullshit. Oh yeah, I know all about it. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. So like when there have been like traumatic deaths and things of that nature, like she'll kind of be typically hanging around for a little bit. which is crazy because my company, like, we actually do that type of thing, like trauma scene cleanup after suicides and mass murders and murderous rampages and all that kind of shit. It's crazy, man. It is fucking crazy. But it pays good as a motherfucker. But I hate it. Fucking hate that shit. You can feel that shit, especially the suicides, man. God damn, you go in there and it is just like, oh, it's so thick in there, man. And you can just feel the hopelessness and the like utter fucking despair that that person felt before they ended their life, you know. And like usually like their ID is in there and their wallets in there and shit, and all their shit's still in there in their room and whatever. And like it's just sad, man. It's really sad. And like you can just really feel the unique energy signature that was left behind from their actions is overwhelming. Okay. That makes sense, dude. That makes a lot of fucking sense about the residual energies that are harnessed, that are left over. Yeah, I could stuff so heavy. I mean, this was even like before I had even really gotten into the occult, you know, that I could already feel these things, of course, but I guess I didn't really realize that other people couldn't feel it the same way that I could, or to the extreme that I could. And you know, most of them really didn't really give a fuck. They're doing their job, and their job entails cleaning up blood, guts, and you know, skull fragments and whatever else, that it's just whatever. But I could feel what was left behind. And like you're alluding to, yes, it is definitely some heavy fucking shit left behind. And I might add, heavy shit that the family and whoever's going to live in that house, or even in the near future, they ain't going to want that shit in there. So you be doing them a damn favor. It's a win-win. That is a win-win. And I love a win-win. You introduced me to a new win-win, and that is the shit. And I appreciate that like a motherfucker. I really do, man. I really do. What do you know about win-wins, Violet? You probably just like to win. You're not into the win-win. You're just to the you win. What do you think about that statement? Is that right? Or am I way off there? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like shamanic healing of it too, which that is freaking cool as shit, man. Because like, I mean, I've thought a lot about all of those scenarios, situations, all those homes I have been in where this crazy shit had happened. And like, you know, sure, we cleaned the house up, we made it livable again, and all of the evidence of what had happened was gone and removed, but even still, that residual energy remained. And you know, still wonder to this day if it's still there, you know, and if they're still dealing with that and how they're dealing with that. And that would, you know, what a great service it would be to provide comfort and relief to a family, be benefiting yourself a great deal on the other end of it. I mean, that's fucking beautiful, you know, like that is amazing. It's fucking great. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that motivates me for sure. I mean, especially the helping other people part. But if I can also benefit from it too, then fuck, man. That is great. You know, that is great. Yeah, sharing is caring. You're right. You're all about the win-win. Wow. Oh, wow. It's good to know. I like it. I like it. Yeah, definitely play both sides. I mean, if they're if they're both there to be played and they are both accessible and available, I mean, it would be a waste to not, right? You know, it would actually, you'd be doing yourself a great disservice to just remove the energy, but then not utilize it for something even bigger and greater than yourself and that person that needlessly gave their life up. You know, now it can actually, their actions can actually have some substantial meaning. And it really, at that point, makes it to where it wasn't really just a waste, that it was indeed full sacrifice. And maybe that changes the whole fucking deal on their actions. I mean, I'm not really down with killing yourself. I mean, everybody has the right to do what they want to do. And I'm not saying I never thought about it before. I mean, fuck, I think everybody's thought about it at least 50 times. No, I'm just kidding. At least a handful of times. But, you know, would I ever actually fucking do it? No, I wouldn't. And the reason is not, well, excuse me, it's not because I'm scared to do it and whatever else, and that I, you know, it's because of the bad it would hurt behind. I mean, that is just fucked, man. Like, you would really fuck some people up, because I think a lot of us don't realize how much people really do love us and would be devastated if we did something like that, and how you would fuck their whole emotional psyche up for forever doing that selfish shit. You would fuck them up. You would really fuck them up. So I think it is kind of it's a fucked up thing to do, unless you just have no one and nobody that would be affected by it. And there must be some spirits up in here, because I am yawning. What the fuck? I mean, it's not like it's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. Shit, you know? Yeah, I like that. I like that. Transmuting the tragedy, positive energy. It's awesome. And I'm sure that it will help that person to move on from their actions in a much better way, in a much more positive way, or at least in a positive way, because I'm sure that it's not very positive when you kill yourself. I don't really see how it could be. It would, I would think that there would be some spiritual price to pay of some sort. And I'm not talking from a Judeo-Christian point of view. I'm just talking of some like personal spiritual penance that you would have to pay some kind of fucking way if you wasted your own life. I guess that would be contradictory to my belief in that I am indeed a living God. And if I'm a living God, the sovereign individual that can make my own decisions and do whatever the fuck I want to do with my life, and that means I have the right to kill myself if I want to. And that's that I'm not going to have any repercussion from that. if I am indeed the God that I believe I am. So, I guess it does all boil down to what you believe. If you believe that there is a hell that you will burn in, it's probably going to be a hell you're going to burn in, right? If you believe that you're going to become a fucking big bullfrog when you fucking bullfrog for a while. If you believe that you're going to fucking ascend to the heavenly realms and breeze right on in through the pearly gates and shit, that's probably what's going to happen, right? You know, I haven't thought too much about it, really. I'm trying to think about death too much, because then I'll get obsessed with it. And then I'll want to kind of, I don't know. We're not going to talk about that. But yeah, yeah, death can be a very thing to think about, especially from a homicide, suicide, traumatic standpoint. But I think it's, it has a very romantic element to it as well, So, I mean, there is that enticing element to it of romanticism. And I mean, I don't want to like compare it to like fucking like Twilight vampires or something, but it's much deeper and more profound than that shit is. And that shit is, well, I mean, it probably isn't really totally fake. I'm sure that on this fucking earth that are probably a lot like that, actually, but without all the like bullshit pop culture crap added into it. Oh yeah, definitely obsessed with death. That Magick. Death is all about change, transformation. Yeah. You're right, man. I haven't really. I mean, as far as like necromancy and shit, like I've never really gotten into that too much. But you're right. Death is magic. It's all a transformation. You're right. It's one step from one condition to another, or from one chemical process to another. So yeah, it is. It's definitely an alchemy. It is for sure. And I think a lot of us, as we grow, we die and we are kind of born again, not in a born again Christian sense. We're renewed. We are empowered. A lot of us die daily, I'm sure, and we're strengthened daily from that seemingly that death experience of our former weaker selves passing away, making way for that new, better, more powerful version of ourselves. Oh yeah, the Anne Rice shit. Yeah, I had one of her books, like Vampire the Straw shit or something, and I read like maybe 8 pages or something. I made it to 8 pages, and then I was just like, yeah. What? Kind of like that. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Hectarius. It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Every ritual and spell, every aspect of magic is a death and a rebirth. You're right. You're right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's uh, in a lot of different ways too. You know, not just the taking into consideration the present moment and the outcome that you're going to receive, the present moment passing away, making room for that new transformation, that new moment to come. Um, the death of, it could even be like a period in your life that this ritual is going to change. You know, that fucked up stage that you were going through, that hardship, whatever it might be, that is dying to allow the abundant blessings to now take shape, take form, and to come to life. So that's fucking a great way to look at it. And that's a great way to explain it. I think the way that you did there, it's a great analogy about that every ritual and every spell and every aspect of magic is a death and a rebirth, man. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, it is. It is all a cycle. Yeah, I can't wait to become ash and worm food. Maybe I can even be a tree. Like, you know, be like fertilizing the fucking an apple tree or something. Or no, a Japanese maple. That would be cool. Japanese maple. Or a weeping willow maybe. Or I like crepe myrtle trees too, but Chinese or Japanese maple, that would be the shit. So yeah, I'll probably be like, well, no, I'm gonna be cremated, so I probably won't be fertilizing anything, and I'm damn sure not gonna be sitting on somebody's mantle either. I'm going to be scattered in the Japanese garden, koi pond, in Mount Park in Richmond. It's fucking incredible. If you ever make it to Richmond, for one thing, hit me up because I will take your ass there. It is fucking, you know, I've loved it since I was a child. I have dreams about it. And oddly enough, I was talking about being a bullfrog. I'm actually a frog in that dream. It was weird. But that's where I want to fucking be when I die. That place is just so incredible, man. It's the shit. I've had to have been Japanese in another life or something because I love that culture and I love their just their whole way of life, or at least their traditional old way of life. Um, you know, very honorable, very concise, beautiful gardens. Um, you know, big focus on health. You know, just everything about it. Just in the like, just the overall beauty of it. Like, I just love it, man. I love it. I want a fucking koi pond at my own house. I want a fucking Japanese garden in my backyard, you know. But maybe someday. Some fucking day. Yeah. Oh, damn. Have your ashes turned into crystals? I wonder how much that would cost. They'd have to like smash that shit. I guess it would take some time too, maybe. I don't know. Like, yeah, crystal. So, once his great 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 grandson is a great grandfather, then he'll be that crystal. maybe it's instantaneous. I don't know. But that would be cool as shit to be a fucking crystal though too. That would be awesome. You know, especially if like some dumbass kid that got a hold of it and was like, oh yeah, this is my fucking awesome crystal. And you know, like next week he's like, fuck this crystal. I'm done with this occult shit, man. You want it, like, just give it to somebody, like, you know, like it's some meaningless bullshit. That would suck. That's why I want to be scattered. I don't want people to fucking be like using me for kitty litter and all that kind of shit. Trying to like get all like necrophilia with my ashes. They're not going to be sexy, but I'm sure there's a fetish for ashes. Some people probably do. You know, I don't know. And I'm like, I remember some kids in high school used to like, they were grinding up bones that they had grave robbed and they were smoking them in a bowl. And one of the dudes' names was Monkey. And it was weird, man. After they smoked those bones, Monkey got murdered at one of his house parties. I mean, this was like when we were like 15 years old. So it was really weird, man. And like, after he died and like knowing that they had robbed that grave and smoked those bones and shit. I don't know. It's a weird coincidence if you ask me. Oh, they got a process for making the crystal. Oh, shit. I'm about to look into that too, because that is really fucking cool. That is really cool. I mean, I don't look forward to being in an inferno and, you know, burned, and just hopefully when we do actually die, like that we're not actually still feeling shit. That would suck. But I would rather be burned and to be over than to be buried in the ground and still feel it and be like, fuck, now I'm gonna have to wait until I really die in this fucking box in the ground 6 feet under. Like, that's like my worst nightmare. Oh. I don't want to drown and I don't want to be buried alive anyways. And I really don't want to be buried dead either. So I just don't want to be buried. Although there is a ritual that I want to do with my boy J.S. Garrett, where you do get buried alive 3 feet in the ground. And they have a little tube, little air tube that goes down into your mouth so that you can breathe when you're buried. But apparently it's a pretty intense ritual, and you have some really insane revelations, and you make contact with particular spirits in a way that is unmatched by any other method out there, any other ritual out there. Like, it's pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy ritual. I'm sure that, sorry, I'm sure it's pretty fucking scary to be buried even 3 feet under the fucking earth. To have 3 feet of fucking earth on top of you for like an hour or whatever you stay in there. Like, fuck out. I'd be digging out of that bitch. Yeah. He said the dude did too, man. He said it was crazy. He said that motherfucker was like, like fucking like, this is probably showing my age, but like the Serpent in the Rainbow movie. I don't know if any of y'all even know what the fuck I'm talking about, but that was probably back from like 85 or something, like around the time that like Pet Sematary came out. I'm old, motherfuckers, by the way, in case y'all didn't know. Now you know. Like some Serpent in the Rainbow shit. But that's why I'm not going to go to fucking Haiti, and I'm not going to go to any of those places where they'll see somebody like me. You love that movie? Hell yeah. Yeah, dude. That's going to be me, man. I'm going to be fucking like busting out through that shit like, fuck, dude. Like, you know, but I'd be like, I'm still alive, motherfuckers. Now you gonna have to deal with some shit. Because I'm back and I'm bad, motherfucker. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. I guess I am going to fucking have to throw in the towel, though, because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And, you know, like, it's cutting into my masturbation time, man. You know, like, I've already lost like 40 minutes. You know, like, what the fuck? It's y'all's fault. But I forgive you. I forgive you. It's a very Christian thing for me to do, to forgive. So I'm being forgiving. But no, I don't need 40 minutes. That would be crazy. That would be crazy, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, do what you got to do, man. You know, you all got to do what you got to do. No, but like, I would rather not, really. But I probably will. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll let y'all know how it turns out. Yeah, it'll probably turn out. It's going to turn out some kind of fucking way. I can guarantee you that. Or it's not going to happen. It's going to be eventful or uneventful. It's going to be a big, huge success or a major disappointment. Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. I'll harness that shit for sure, because I'm a firm believer, and I'm sure you are too, Hectarios, that there is no greater energy, nothing more powerful than sexual energy. I mean, I think that takes the cake on all of it. I mean, maybe, yeah, I guess if you add blood into that and put it up against it, sexual energy may still win, actually. But I mean, that's definitely more palatable and more, much more my style than killing something anyway. So yeah, so there's that. But I really had fun with you guys and ladies, or lady. I think Violet took the fuck off. So that's okay, Violet. Yeah, it is. Raw life force at its peak. That is right. That is right. But I had a ball, and thank all of you for freaking hanging out with me and showing up, and for your inputs and your insights. Just really for your love and for your time. I is greatly appreciated, and I look forward to doing it again very soon. And I look forward to checking out what Hectarios is going to have coming on here next, like tomorrow or next day or tonight or whenever the fuck it is. Well, I won't catch it if it's tonight, but I will if it's tomorrow. And all you guys and girls should check it out too. Check out Hectarios' channel. Check out Black Magic Exposed. Check out my boy Asbjorn Torvald's channel. My boy JS Garrett's got a channel. I think it's called Dove and Dagger, but he doesn't have any videos on it yet, but he will. And I hate when I do this, because I feel like I'm missing some son, and I feel like a fucking prick when I do that. I'm a piece of shit. And if I did, I'm really sorry. You know I love you. You know that I'm mildly retarded a lot of the times, because I have wrecked my fucking brain for so many years. and continue to do so. You know, it's just how it is. I mean, it's just that is the reality of it. So, anyways, I love you guys. Peace out. Enjoy some of that raw life force energy at its fucking peak, and harness that shit and use it in your magic. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I do. That's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, once again, JD Temple signing off this motherfucker. Love you guys. Peace.